Hello, hello. As some of you know, first of all, apologies for the background noise. Can't do anything about that right now. Just ignore it, don't pay any attention to it, and we'll pretend it's not there. Anyway, as some of you know, I hosted a small Citadel contest last week, and I was happy to see that I got plenty of entries, and I decided it was time to announce the winners. It took a bit longer than it was supposed to, apologies for that, but got a bunch of stuff to do here with, especially with the Scharnhorst coming out, and had to make sure my commentary was good on that and so forth, so kind of ate a lot of time, but better a bit late than never, I guess. Anyway, first of all, let me announce the winner right here. SavingJ from the NA server with 20 Citadels on his Des Moines. And second place, duoinvasion from EU, 20 Citadels on his Atlanta. The reason SavingJ took the first spot over duoinvasion was because SavingJ actually sent in his entry like the second day of the competition, like 3 or 4 days before duoinvasion. So he was obviously first, so that's why I give him the first place. Other than that, I don't really care about the ship and damage winning so forth, so it was only a matter of who was first, and SavingJ was by far the first entry. Second place, duoinvasion. Third place, Guzmanus, once again from the EU server with 18 Citadels on the Atlanta. And fourth place, Gitaristing on EU once again with 16 Citadels on the Budyonny. So in the top 4 we have 3 different ships, which I kinda like. Anyway, first of all, I kinda like this. Watching the replay, I kinda like SavingJ's playstyle. He's pushing right in very, very aggressively, which is something I'm a fan of. Obviously, he's using the concealment, seeing how many people are here. He's using the concealment to disengage now, seeing as there were no DDs here, but just a shit ton of cruisers and even battleships. I like the fact that he pushed in though, considering they had Moskva, Yamato, Montana, all this stuff, and he still pushed in. And he's already punished the Ibuki for being dumb enough to show him broadside, which I like. First Citadel, there we go. And he's gonna back off. Yeah, I like this. There was no staying out there with that many ships against him wasn't a good idea, since the Ibuki behind him already disengaged. So it would have been just him and the Benson, and honestly he already achieved the goal, which was to capture C. He got that cap point for his team, so very well done. Is this Ibuki gonna give him more broadside? He's still detected though, so this is a bit risky. Still detected. It's me who's doing the zooming in, by the way, since it's a replay. This is very risky. He's giving full broadside while detected. If that Montana or Moskva punishes him... Uh-oh. He's full reversing, which is good. This is risky. I kinda like risky play. I really like risky play, but he's giving a lot of broadside, which I'm not that big of a fan of. Luckily, the rocks blocked most of the shells, so perhaps it wasn't that risky. But still, I like risky play in general, but I'm not sure about giving full broadside risky. He came out of it perfectly fine though. He didn't get too much out of it, but then again he didn't get punished for it at all either, so ultimately positive. Now, I'm actually looking at his consumables. I'm a bit surprised he's not running premium consumables, and he's not running superintendent either. So he's actually limited to 3 heals and 3 radars, and the radar's gonna have a long cooldown. So I guess he's going for the economist package, meaning saving up on saving up on money as much as possible. Showing a lot of broadside, but he's gonna HE spam the Montana. Obviously Montana's guns have to be aimed away. Let's zoom in. Yeah, the Montana's guns are aimed away. Of course there's the risk of the Moskva punishing him. That's really the big thing. Where is the Moskva? Okay, he's just being HE spammed a bit. Oh, I don't know how big a fan I'm of that repair. He repaired instantly. You know how okay, well his Iova is back. I've looked behind him there, his Iova body is backing off. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that instant repair there, because if he gets set on fire now, he's gonna have a full duration fire on him. And considering he's detected the entire time and he's not in safety yet, and he's got a Ibuki, Kutuzov, and the Moskva, all notorious HE spammers behind him. If he gets unlucky and gets like 2 fires on him now, he's gonna eat a lot. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah, that's 1 fire he can't repair. Okay, he did manage to get undetected because those cruisers. Yeah, okay. Looks like he's gonna get away with just one fire. But that's something you want to keep in mind. Be very careful about repairing a single fire. Only if he gets behind cover at this rock, then he can repair this fire. But I don't like being in a vulnerable position and repairing the first fire. That's a bit too risky in my opinion. Or like you can get really punished. He didn't get punished too badly here, because it's dot damage. HE damage is dot damage, meaning he'll be able to repair 100% of it, so it's not too bad. But considering he has very limited repairs, since he doesn't run Superintendent or the premium consumable, that repair kind of cost him one of those consumables. So a bit too of an expensive price to pay just for the greedy repair. Then again, I call those repairs greedy, meaning you kind of risk. You want to save something, but you take a risk while doing it, and that was a bit too of a risk of a repair. But then again, I do that quite often. If one of my turrets get damaged, I tend to do greedy repairs because I don't want to lose a turret permanently, and that has come back to bite me quite often. So it's not like I'm innocent in this, but then again, do as I say, not as I do. I guess that's the best way to say it. Just because I do something, just because I play aggressively stupid, don't do the same thing, because it's way too risky. That cost him a heal, but ultimately not really a big cost, but still, I'm gonna point out the flaws, the good plays and the flaws that he makes in this play. First of all, being very aggressive was good. Backing off, since his team, you saw his Iova, full HP, ran away, so his pussy team pretty much forced him to disengage. It was good awareness of him to notice that he was alone and backing off. Shooting before he got in cover, that's smart. But then again, he's about to ambush an Ibuk. It wasn't really worth maybe getting one HE salvo off, letting them know that he's heading this way, because now the Ibuki knows he's coming this way, if he's paying any attention. Is he really going to show full broadside coming around this corner? Is he going to activate radar at least? Okay, I don't like peeking around corners when you know there's enemies, potential enemies, and high risk of being detected. I do not, especially this Moskva, notorious AP monster. If the Ibuk had spotted him here, the Moskva would have had, if the Moskva would have been prepared, he would have had like premium Citadel angles right now. I don't like going around the corner straight. Either turn away or turn in. That way, if you get spotted, you're already turning one way or another, and there's no risk of being Citadeled. And I would have preferred he popped radar as soon as he came around the corner, because the Ibuki was in radar range. Okay, he's now popping radar. Okay, better late than ever. He's showing a lot of broadside again, but he's turning away this time. That's okay. He's gonna punish him now. Ibuki is still showing a broadside. He's gonna get, wow, like, here we go. Here come the big volleys. But that I think was, objectively speaking, a mistake, coming around that corner at such a straight angle. If he was gonna come around it with a straight angle, at least have radar on, so you know if you'll get spotted or not coming around it. But neither activating radar or being angled while coming around the corner is always a huge risk. Because if they had been prepared for it, because considering he shot just before he went behind the cliff, kind of giving the enemy advance warning that he was going to pop out, if they had prepared for that, they would have punished him very, very heavily with Citadels there. Now this Moskva is coming awfully close. Okay. Yeah, holy shit, the surveillance radar cooldown is massive because it doesn't run the premium consumable. But I like this though, he's pushing in against the Moskva. Of course, I've said this many times before, but the Des Moines gets stronger the closer you get to a target, and SavingJ obviously knows this very well. The Moskva is... oh, the Moskva fucked up. Looks like the Moskva grounded. You see SavingJ, he's instantly slowing down, he's instantly stopping his speed. That's a very good play. He's basically punishing this Moskva as much as possible for his misplay here. And... he's basically gone full 0 speed just to punish him as much as possible. That was a good reaction to instantly make this Moskva pay as heavily as possible for the mistake. You don't want to be in this situation. This Moskva is spotted, whereas SavingJ isn't spotted at all, so this is like dream position for him. Now he's lost vision. Still spamming a bit. Don't pay attention to where my crosshair is, since it's a replay, it's gonna be buggy where the crosshair is. And sometimes when this guy shoots and it looks like he's not zoomed in shooting, it's just because of the replay. He's just spamming now, that's okay I guess. because they're both gonna get spotted at the same time anyway, because of how the way vision works here. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's giving full broadside. Okay, once again, SavingJ is smart. You see he's keeping himself perfectly angled, and he punishes him with Citadels. That's another two. If this Moskva is smart, he's gonna aim for the Des Moines turrets, because when a Des Moines is angled like this, his only weakness is the turrets. Is he aiming for the turrets? No, he was aiming for the hull. Okay, you see he bounced all the shells. The only option a Moskva has in this situation is to aim for the turrets. Okay, he should just stop. At this point, SavingJ should just stop and slow down and keep himself angled, because this Moskva has to pop out at one side or the other of this cliff, and he's perfectly angled to deal with either side. Oh, he's turning. No, no, no. I don't like this play. I don't like SavingJ turning at all here. This is a bad play. This is objective. Oh, shit. Oh. Yes, okay. He's gonna win this battle anyway, but there was no need for him to turn there. He just lost, what, 20k HP. He got Citadel to shit by this Moskva because he turned. He should have just kept himself angled and just stopped there and waited, because it was only a matter of time before the Moskva had to pop out on one side or the other. He was undetected, so he wasn't really in a hurry there because there was no one else near. So yeah, that was not the turn there. I think was a bad play. Other than that, he played that Moskva fight really well. He closed the distance, he kept himself angled, he went for the AP Citadels. The Moskva can't deal with it. The Moskva should have been aiming for his turrets during the closing in distance. Well, first of all, the Moskva should never close distance with a Des Moines, because Des Moines just shits on the Moskva at close range. It's not a fair fight at all. The only chance Moskva has in that kind of fight is like crippling his turrets at close range and hoping to destroy them permanently. But if he doesn't manage to get the cripples in, then Des Moines is just going to roll over the Moskva. So he played it very well, just closing the distance and smashing him. Now it would be a nice time to have the premium radar, as I spoke about earlier, because the premium radar would be ready now, so he could be using that to see this Kutuzov, if the Kutuzov is smart enough to sit in the smoke. Kutuzov should be sitting in the smoke, because if he sat in smoke he could torp the Des Moines, but it looks like he's pushed into the cap, which SavingJ notices and turn his turrets that way. I like his map awareness though. He's obviously an experienced player, and obviously a good player, because he's making the right positional plays, which I really like seeing. Yeah, he's gonna punish this guy hard. Still getting that perfect aim in, which can take a few volleys with the Des Moines because of the because of the lazy arcs. But this Kutuzov is giving full broadside to Des Moines. That's a very short story. That was nice shooting. He got completely obliterated. And he's got 186,000 damage now. Considering how badly his team got rolled, he's obviously doing a great job of keeping his team in this. But he's alone. And you saw he lost, what, 15k HP there. And he was actually angled really well against the Yamato. But against Yamato you can't really angle. Yamato is kind of the face roll battleship that doesn't care about your angling at all and punishes you regardless of it. He's using HE, which is good. You shouldn't use AP on an angled Yamato, you can't do anything. Once again, I like his ammunition choices as well. He's obviously very experienced with the Des Moines, knows what works and doesn't. Okay, that's the Tashkent that has to be on the left, spamming him with HE. His radar is soon ready. He could pop the radar and get vision of him, of that Tashkent. Turpitz is nice. He switches to AP. And he shoots the broadside at the Turpitz. That's good. That's good play. He's gonna kill that guy very quickly. Once again, very good awareness here on what to do and what not to do. He's keeping himself angled as well. Other players might have run away, but he's just pushing straight in. I like this type of gameplay. At this point he could radar and spot the Tashkent. Bit of a shame, but it's not. Doubt he could kill him anyway because of the rock. Okay. Ah, no, he should be punishing the Yamato. Yamato is giving Barbette Citadel. Yamato is giving him Barbette Citadel. He should be shooting for the Barbette now. The Barbette is located underneath the turrets. He could actually kill this Yamato now, I think, because the Yamato is giving him perfect Barbette Citadel. He went for the back Citadel. That's a shame. Okay, that was really, first of all, that was a great play. That's definitely a deserving winner of my Citadel. And if I sound critical, that's kind of how I review these replays when I do them. So he should absolutely not take it personally. That was a great play, great game, and definitely a deserving winner. So congrats on earning the Warspite. And but at the end there, I feel like I want to point out where he should have aimed. I'm actually going to link in a comment below in the YouTube video. I'm going to link a Twitch clip where I show where you're supposed to aim when a Yamato makes that mistake, because you can actually punish him very, very hard if he turns like that, because the front part of the ship is very thinly citadeled. Regardless, great game, great play. Congratulations to SavingJ for winning my Citadel competition. This was a bit of a warm-up, and hopefully I'll be able to host some better competitions in the future. And thank you all for sending in replays.